What you're here for.
That's great.
Ted Jenkin, Oxygen Financial, putting the kids to work, which I love. You know, as most of everybody listening knows, I have a 14-year-old boy at the house and a 10-year-old girl. The 10-year-old goes around, tries to find loose change or $80 bills that might be laying around her in the washing machine to collect. She's a saver. Caleb, on the other hand, he will spend it in a heartbeat. He does not understand the concept of saving. I'm trying to explain it to him, even though he has picked up the coupon, because I'm a big coupon guy and saving money.
Nice.
He's getting on that track. But you have ways that people during the school year can put their kids to work and have them make money, correct?
Yeah, I've got a number of different ideas here. And now that school's back in session for most of the counties here and everyone's back up and running, you know, certainly you talked about it. You don't want your kids necessarily playing Xbox or doing other things like that. So, and I felt it's always a great time to get that work ethic started now. Get them to start to learn the value of a dollar now, not only make money, but then learn how to save money. So my first one, if your kids are the right age, and it depends on the neighborhood, but get the babysitting flyers out now. You know, a lot of people will assume that most of the neighbors have a sitter or they've got one already, but I'll tell you, a lot of families that have young kids, they are always looking for the air traffic control of sitters. You know, you need one sitter and a backup sitter and another sitter so you can get out on the town. So it's a great time to make a nice little flyer. You've obviously got good computer software today. You can make something professional and put it in your neighbors' boxes and let them know that your child's ready to work.
They still do that? Neighbors trust just random people to come over and watch their kids? Because we're weird about that. Yeah?
I know, people still do it.
You do it, right?
Yeah. When I was in high school, actually, and I've never figured this out, one family from a neighborhood I'd never been to in a town like 2 over from me called me. I don't know how they got my number. They never told me, but asked me to come babysit, and I went and babysat. Never know how I ever got in touch with them.
You're kidding. You let Nate babysit your kids.
Yeah, but I've known
Nate works on our show. I mean, he went to your kids' open house. I know you know him, but is he the best influence to be around your kids?
Better than a total stranger. At least, I mean, I know what I'm getting with Nate.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I know he's not going anywhere because he's going to be stoned and passed out on the couch. So I know what I'm getting with Nate. Yes.
We used to do it all the time as kids. You know, first of all, a lot of the folks will feed your kids. They'll leave something behind for them. I used to watch Love Boat and Fantasy Island back to back when I babysat kids as a young child.
And it's pricey now. We had a sitter. We haven't used her in a while, but there's a website, it's like care.com or something, and they're all legit babysitters. They have to go through a screening process. They charge, Steve, like
$16 to $18 an hour.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's big.
Because you want to be out 5 hours.
$10 an hour under the table, you know, so to speak. You can get somebody, and your kid makes $20-$30 for a few hours.
You're looking at a night out away from the kids, plus at least $100 for the sitter.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gone up a lot.
So
I worked Monday through Friday for a family at $14 an hour. It was pretty nice.
That's good change right there.
Is it cash?
Cash under the table.
We won't talk about it on the air.
I mean, no, it was totally.
It's not like you're claiming it anyway.
So that's the going rate. And you don't tip babysitters, right? You just pay them just the hourly rate. And do you round up? Like if you get there on the half hour?
Most people, it's, you know, $10 an hour. If you have 2 children, if there's 3 or more, it could end up being more per hour.
All right, what's the second one you got?
You know, the second one I think has gone away. When I was growing up, a lot of kids did yard work, and I know there's a lot of landscapers in the area, but a lot of kids don't have that hustle to go rake leaves during the winter or help clean up or mow lawns or things such as that. And let me tell you what, for a lot of homes, especially in these more affluent areas in the suburbs, it's expensive to hire landscapers. It isn't cheap. So this is a great opportunity for you to get out and get some, sweat going and make a little bit of cash.
And you can teach them the best lessons. See, we just got ourselves a nice yard, where there's plenty of yard work.
Yeah.
So when Caleb screws up, I find something for him to do, because I remember growing up as a kid. My mom was always out in the yard, and I hated raking leaves. I hated planting flowers. I hated digging in the ivy. It just scared the day. I hated it.
Scared you?
It scared. I was afraid snakes were going to come out. This was in the wintertime. And so I make him go out and do yard work. I say, go out there and pick up every limb that's in the yard that's fallen from a tree, because it's hot and it's sweaty and it's a pain in the ass. And it's great. So it's a great lesson for a kid to go out there and actually bust their hump to make some cash.
I think so.
You got to put a little work. I'm going to make Caleb paint the fence around the house.
That's what I did. Yeah. We had lists that were up on the refrigerator in the summer, and you just checked off what you wanted to do, and then you had to do it, and you got paid.
Yeah, I mean, some family will have their kids do this as chores, but I'm saying there's going to be a lot of neighbors that don't want to do it, and they'll pay someone, and they like seeing that hard work and ingenuity to get out there and make some money.
I had Caleb take an axe to cut up some limbs so they'd pick it up. The trash guys pick it up.
Yeah, you can't leave big stuff out there. You got to break it down.
And the limbs were like those rubbery bubblegum limbs that doesn't matter what you hit it with. They just kind of bounced off of it.
You're going to get him killed out there.
He was out there the entire day, and he was like, why can't I just use the chainsaw?
Because kids don't operate chainsaws.
All right, what's the next one, Ted?
I like this time of year to set up, especially here in the fall, one garage sale. And a garage sale is a great way to get your kids to learn organization skills, help figure out, first of all, you get to clean the house, get the junk out of the house. On top of it, you get them to organize how to get the setup going for a garage sale. And today, with technology, you can use an app like Square. If even people don't want to pay cash that come to your garage sale, and they can just swipe the card and buy some stuff from you. And this, for a good example, whether it's toys or clothes or just other knickknacks that you want to get out of the house, a great opportunity to pick up an extra $50, $100 or more.
That's what I did. I told Ariel to put stuff on Craigslist and then go meet the total stranger by herself.
Yeah, that'll teach her.
Take her bike.
You know, the problem with garage sales is that you're selling your memories, and I could never wrap my mind around it. I can't be there. I don't mind giving up stuff that I really like.
Hoarder.
I was going to say, it sounds like a hoarder.
I am a little bit, and I know it drives my wife crazy, but we'll put the stuff out there. But I can't watch somebody buy something that meant something to me that she's forced me to sell, because then I picture that item in their house, and I'm like, are they going to treat that?
You're like Rachel's mom.
Are they going to treat that as nice as I did?
You've probably got so much crap at your house or your mother's house.
My brothers love coming over. They go, man, your house has just got the coolest stuff, because I keep everything.
It's clutter.
And in our business,
Get rid of
It's
it.
like being in an Applebee's.
yeah, in our business, we get given, we've got a lot of cool
The
stuff.
man has got to hate it.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Does she hate it?
She hates it.
Oh, of course she does, because you're a hoarder. Rachel's mom's like that. When we go back, she's staying in our house that we own in Florida. She's got like 8 people living in a 4-2. She's got boxes everywhere. It's like American Gladiators obstacle course just to get from the front door to the kitchen, because she won't throw anything away. Take the stuff that's meaningful and that's got value, but you don't have to keep the first duty that your kid had.
Yeah.
And I know parents that do that. They keep the first haircut, the first tooth. Stop.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
I've got all my stuff, all the handheld games.
And when you make that first $100, you can start a program like oneshare.com and buy your first share of stock, and then get them to think about how they just made some money, and then they saved the money and grow it.
No, that's a great idea.
It's a great lesson to teach them.
Next one.
This is one that if you can get your child to think a little bit about being an entrepreneur. When we were young, a lot of people did lemonade stands, but whether it's a car wash at this time of year, which is, car washes are very expensive today. You can pay $25, $30, $35 to get your car washed, or a lemonade stand or something like that you do in your neighborhood or right near the school is a great opportunity to start, thinking about being an entrepreneur. Again, get the organizational skills going and make some money.
And you can charge more if you have a vodka floater.
It gets the adults involved.
Because if you stand there and you watch, I think it's legal. You just stand there. If you're there, present, and then you pour for the adults that want to come
For
by.
the adults only.
It's not that expensive for a margarita machine for a day rental. You can put that.
Nobody, nobody's going to stop for a lemonade stand anymore. No,
Not anymore.
No.
They still do it in my neighborhood.
They do it, but it's gimmick. It's gimmick. It's you go out there because you feel bad for them.
That's why, but they still stop.
I'd rather you just sit out there and sit Indian style on the concrete and say, hey, beg for money, because nobody drinks the lemonade.
Either way,
gross.
Jason, it gets people to learn that idea of rejection. And the truth is, your kid can go to grade school, college, or whatever it is. When you get out there, you're going to start getting rejected. So you have to learn, that idea of sales and talking to people and communication skills. Parents get upset about that anyway because their kids are texting all day. So it's an opportunity to be face to face with people.
That is brilliant. At least they learn how to sell. They learn a skill set. I sold cookies out front, and my mom got mad because the Oreo cookies, I guess, cost like $1.37 for a pack, and I'd sell 1 for a penny, 2 for 3 cents, and 3 for a nickel.
I almost got arrested in 6th grade because I was selling homemade cinnamon toothpicks that my mother helped me make. And you got the cinnamon extract. Tim, you're probably going to know about this.
We made them in high school.
You took toothpicks.
So you got cinnamon extract, and you put them on the toothpicks. I think you put them in the oven or something.
Oh, wow.
Or you soaked them. You did something.
We soaked them.
And I would sell them in Ziploc bags, like bags of weeds.
Cinnamon flavored toothpicks.
Like a dime bag or something. So I'd go and I'm in school.
Genius.
And I'm selling these cinnamon toothpicks, and I get taken to the principal's office, and the school resource officer's in there. And he said, and they bring my mom in there, and they go, we're gonna arrest you unless you stop doing this. It's illegal because extract has alcohol in it. Like, how the hell am I supposed to know? I'm in 6th grade. I was selling it like drug bags. I had like hundreds of them.
Yeah, but you'd have to suck on a lot of toothpicks to get a buzz.
I'm just telling you, what's the number one thing?
Let me give you the number one thing in here is there's a website called Fiverr. Fiverr, where you can sell anything for $5. And so if your kid makes something at home that they're good, my daughter actually makes these duct tape flowers, and you can sell them on there for $5. And again, you can sell anything. If your kid can draw or do cartoons or whatever it may be, write jokes, whatever it may be. Again, this is the spirit of learning how to sell a service early. $5, Fiverr, great website.
Hey, real quick, Bernie, let me take this. Kevin, quickly, go ahead. What do you got for us?
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to tell Mr. Ted Jenkins that I called his office last week. I spoke with Miss Laura, and she put me through to Mr. Brandon, who was just extremely knowledgeable and very pleasant, and helped me out a lot. And I hope to do some business with Mr. Jenkins in the future.
There you go. Hey, Kevin, that's very sweet. Thank you, sir.
Very kind. Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
I
That's
like
nice.
Miss Laura.
Yes, Laura and Brandon, both excellent folks.
Look at that. We'll stage another call for you next week. No, I'm just kidding.
That was awesome.
Kind of you.
How do people find you, Ted?
Yeah, if you want to learn how to save money in taxes or get 5 more tips on how to put your kids to work, go to oxygenfinancial.net and get our free guides to help you make more money on your bottom line.
There you go.